Patch 0.1.2 is live on itch.io. This update continues where we left off by adding even more power-ups as well as some strategic and quality of life changes. You can play the latest build via the link in the description. Let's go over all the changes. We added some hazards onto the playfield. They are depicted by these yellow circles with explosion icons. Every time your projectile comes into contact with one, it'll burst into 4 fireballs flying into random directions. If a fireball hits any player, they will take a bit of damage. You can injure yourself too, so be careful. Just for fun, let's see what would happen if we spawn 9,000 fireballs instead. It crashes the game. Similar to the health pickup we added last time, this update features a mana pickup. We don't actually have a use for mana at this point, but we're showing it now since the logic was mostly a copy-paste job. Stay tuned for the next episode to see what we use it for. You might recognize this next feature if you ever played any of the Worms games. We added wind to the game that blows in a random direction with a random intensity every turn. The wind will have a direct impact on your shot power, so you need to take it into consideration on top of the angle you're firing at. The reason we added this feature into the game is because it was too easy to find an angle that landed a hit and just keep repeating it. This way, you need to carefully consider every shot, so it adds some strategy into the game.
We polished up a few things since the last build. First, between each player's turn, you'll get a zoomed out overview of the playing field. This gives you awareness of power-ups, obstacles and hazards without having to manually zoom out each turn. To go along with this change, the power-ups are now animated when they spawn and despawn, instead of just appearing and vanishing into thin air. You can see it in action right here. We replaced the old built-in health bar with a new one with custom graphics. It's rendered on a separate UI layer so that it stays in a fixed position on screen, as opposed to the last health bar, which was rendered on the main layer underneath each player. This update adds 2 buttons to the UI. The first is a button to return to the main menu, located here on the top left corner. In the opposite corner, we have a button to toggle the zoom level. The ability to zoom in and out has been around for a while now, but until now, you would have to press the Z key on your keyboard. This way, it's more visible and accessible, especially on mobile devices. Both of the buttons feature a custom behavior. Its purpose is twofold. It makes the button transparent unless hovering over it. The other purpose is to prevent firing an arrow when you actually meant to press on the zoom button. Note that it was not enough to simply check for the hover state for this feature to work. Instead, we check for all button interactions. That's all for today's episode. Go ahead and try it out on itch.io via the link in the description. Join us next time when we add more depth to the game by giving the knight character several game-changing abilities. Thanks for watching and see you soon.